A managed service provider, or MSP, is a good example for one type of user of SysGem Access Gateway. This video describes how the MSPs use SysGem Access Gateway to conduct their business of managing their clients' computers and networks.
Managed service providers manage the computers and networks of a number of local businesses. Typically, they provide for all the IT needs on those networks. The local businesses usually not only outsource the day-to-day administration of the computer systems, but also outsource help desk operations for giving help and advice on computer-related matters to logged-in users. It is important that a managed service provider has access for the remote control of their clients' computer systems in an efficient, secure, and accountable fashion.
Communication between the managed service provider and the client's computers can make use of virtual private networks or, more conveniently, over the internet using a third-party remote control product such as TeamViewer or LogMeIn.
But not all customers like to use such services because they like to avoid any risk of their systems being exposed to third parties. And they like to avoid being dependent on their availability and integrity. So for these customers, a more fitting solution is required.
The Access Gateway from SysGem answers these needs perfectly. The software runs only on the managed service provider's computers and the client's computers. All information transferred over the internet is encrypted, so that no one outside the MSP or the customer environments has visible access to the remote control sessions.
There is no need to use third-party remote control services, so you can have peace of mind that your data, your users and your systems are secure with the Access Gateway from SysGem.
Consider the needs of logged-in customers who request assistance. With the one-click connection software, a session is set up to a designated Access Gateway server ready for the MSP to connect to view and control the customer's desktops.
Consider also the need for a managed service provider to connect over the internet to a Windows server on a customer network in order to manage that server whenever it is needed. With the Access Gateway, any number of persistent connections to servers can be predefined, ready for selection. Just click on the appropriate one and a remote control session is established ready for login and management of the Windows operating system, installed applications or network configuration. The nature of the work undertaken by MSPs requires them to have administrator access. An MSP therefore needs to have a trusted status. However, for the peace of mind of clients who retain highly sensitive information, the Access Gateway software can be installed on a server inside the customer network, and the MSP would then access that network by logging in to the customer's Access Gateway.
It is also possible to have a combination of clients, some with their own Access Gateway and some relying on one installed on the MSP network.
A log file is kept whenever a remote control session is used over the Access Gateway. For every session, it keeps connection details, such as the date and time that the session started and finished, its duration in hours, minutes and seconds, details of the account record that was used so as to identify the MSP customer, as well as information about the amount of data transferred during the session, etc.
This information is provided so that, for example, it can be used not only as an aide-memoire for the MSP, but also for accounting purposes when billing the clients.